dun, 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 dun. And with that, we back in IntelliJ once more. No, we find ourselves in Modding Monday again. Hello, and welcome everyone to another exciting MODDING Monday. Indeed. Hello. We're stream. We are over punctual today, okay? It is not even like it's not even a thing. We're like morning. Well, good morning if it is morning where you're at. It's definitely no longer morning for me, but one thing does not change the other, I guess. Yes. Yeah, so anyone been modding out here? Listen, okay? I have been trying to get these freaking update videos done, and some people might have already seen it, but I will show it again just in case. Germany. Yep. I also am going over German time. That's why I'm punctual, you know? Anyway, some might have seen it already, but I've worked on the update videos. Let me just find it. Oh boy, that's not quite what I had in mind. There you go. So one of the things that has happened, so when you have updates, right, in modding versions, most of the time, you're going to be fine with like 20 minutes of a video. Let's just say that's not quite how this shaped out to be. This is the video for the tutorial series for NeoForge to update from 1.21.1 to 1.21.3. That is, if someone doesn't understand this, the raw recording was 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 26 seconds. And the full video is, I think, 1 hour. Let me actually double check. I have the numbers. 1 hour and 2 seconds. So basically exactly 1 hour. So, yeah. Have fun with that, guys. Have fun with that. Quill can't even go to that version. Well, fair enough, but still. A Forge apparently also not. Listen, okay? I still haven't 100% decided, okay? But like I'm almost there. The real issue is that I tried to, so NeoForge obviously has updates from 1.21.1 to 0.3 to 0.4 to 0.5. So we got 3 videos. The same videos will be recorded for Fabric as well. So that should be fine. For Forge, I was able to, no issues whatsoever, update to 1.21.3. However, then to update to 1.21.4, I was unable to get the data gen to work in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know. Yeah. Curious what you're modding in. I'll talk, what numbers, what versions are you modding in? What can I say? We love 1.21. Oh yeah, absolutely. We love it. Gonna mod some indie game into Minecraft. I mean, go for it. Didn't you already make a video for 1.21 that was 30 minutes long? I did, however, that doesn't include everything. And one of the big changes is in entities. So that's why I had to basically do that as well. Pod is here. Hello. Talking about data gen, I made Fabric data gen work with Quilt. Nice. Yapping Joe. I mean, listen, okay, it is what it is. I'm yapping out here. But we have actually 2 or 3 things which are going to be actually kind of interesting and fun to do today. More than just pure yapping, okay? I'm telling you this because I actually have found a very interesting thing that we'll try out in just a second here. But yeah, we'll see. But yes, 121.1 since I already started there. Yeah, I also just stick with it. Just stay with 1.21.1. You're gonna be served very well. Okay, I am telling you, anything beyond that is not a good idea. I have a model, but I made a chair, and under the chair is X-ray. That is because you have not called the no occlusion method in your block behavior properties. If you do that, then all of a sudden the X-ray will go away. Look at that C-derp. It's really fun because I have a bunch of different things. There's a bunch of errors or issues that are so easy to fix. Obviously not for beginners or people who don't know how to fix them. But if you worked with you've modded for like, I don't even know, like 5 years or whatever it's been, you just pick up on this stuff. Like, you know, oh, if a texture doesn't work. All right, let me see this. Asset you know, is the assets folder correct? Is the mod ID correct? Is there a typo in there? And then there's always something. The worst thing I will say though is when there's someone like, my texture doesn't work, but I checked everything and everything is correct. If everything is correct, then your texture would work. So obviously there has to be something that's broken, right? Something has to be broken. Let me actually move a little bit closer here. I feel like I'm a little bit not centered, am I? Wait, which way do I have to move? This way? Ooh, that's a little bit too much. I think that's a little bit better. Oh, now I'm floating as well. Wait, there you go. Look at that. Live. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. And then the texture file itself is corrupted. I have seen this multiple times now, that the texture files just corrupt. How? So that the PNG files just are corrupted. How does that happen? I literally don't understand how that even like begins to happen. That's ridiculous to me. I don't know. That's just crazy to me. That one's just a little bit weird. But yeah. My bookshelf isn't working. Do you know how nails and hammers work, or wood glue? Yeah, so when you take a hammer, then what you do is you take the hammer and you take the head, right? That's the heavy part of the hammer. And you use that to punch in the nail, right? So the nail has two parts of it. There's a head as well. I know that's two heads. It can be very confusing, okay? We're not talking about a hydra. We're talking about a hammer and a nail, right? So there's the head of the nail, and then there's the pointy bit of the nail. You have to stick the pointy bit into the two pieces of wood that you want to connect with each other. And then you just do this. Until they're connected. Kaupenjoe carpeting stream. Bro, it's just like, I just don't, like, come on. Peak educator. Instructions unclear. I banged my head into the bookshelf and broke my fingernails. Good. Fabric or forge? That was a, I know that this was just a normal one, but yes. That was for IRL. That's the mod loader that we have to use for that one. But when you ask me which one should you use, if you are working in anything below 1.20, Forge or Fabric are fine choices, both of them. If you're working in 1.21 or above, Fabric or NeoForge should be the choice. If you are, yeah, that's basically the idea. And then if between Forge and NeoForge slash Fabric and, sorry, between Fabric and Forge or Fabric and NeoForge, it doesn't matter that much. Okay, that's basically the idea. It doesn't matter that much. Well, yeah, Mod Monday. True. What about Quilt? We don't talk about Quilt. No, but I'm pretty sure they're not even updated right now, right? Am I crazy? Quilt MC? I'm pretty sure they're not even updated. Can you make a Minecraft mod in Godot? I mean, like, what do you even want from me, man? Like, that's ridiculous. Minecraft version. Oh no, they have versions for what Quilt mappings and Quilt IPs unavailable for this version. Ah. Okay. So 1.21 exists. 1.21.1 doesn't even exist on Quilt. Ooh, okay, well, that's not. Okay. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well too. We got new emoji ideas. Oh boy, oh boy. That's not good. What is your whole opinion about Forge versus NeoForge? I just heard people say it's better than Forge, but then ask why they can't answer. Okay, so as a highest level overview, the idea is as follows. there was a big team that supported Forge, the development team. And they were unhappy with the way that it was run by the owner of Forge. And in the background, basically the entire team got together and they said, okay, we're going to split from Forge because it's an open project, or it's open source with a license that allows them to just fork it so that they can. That was somehow leaked before they were ready in 1.20, if I recall correctly. And then they were just like, okay, we're just going to split, and that was that. And one of the reasons why people say NeoForge is better is because the entire team that was previously working on Forge, constrained by the machinations, let's say, of the owner of Forge, they have all moved to NeoForge and are able to actually implement the things that they wanted to implement the entire time. So that's one of the ideas. How do you export a fabric mod into a jar file? You open the console, you type in ./gradlew all in one, and then a space, and then build. Can I ask a question? You can ask a question. Whether or not I'm going to answer, that is a whole different thing. I've recently installed on your channel and watched the first 3 videos of your NeoForge playlists. I was wondering where I can find documentation on to add functionality of certain things. You can go to neoforged.net or simply to docs.neoforged.net. I can also send this in the chat as well. This is the documentation for it. NeoForge team is also more open to collabs. They teamed up with the Fabric devs to keep common tags. That's true, but Forge, I'm pretty sure Forge actually also now has common tags under the namespace C, by the way. They because they saw that the entire sort of market was moving that way, so they did that. Can you explain, give me a brief summary on how to make an ability like a fire cannon with a hitbox? I don't even know what that means. Is it possible registering Forge event handlers without annotations? Yes, there are like 2 different ways to register Forge events. You can either do the way with the annotations above the class, or you can make them non-static methods and then instantiate the class itself and make a new instance of the class inside of the constructor of your main class. Might have been a little bit workaround, but that's the idea. That's the idea of that. Yes, that's basically how that would work, should work. Would work? Back to carpenting, I guess? No. That's not gonna happen. I'm working on my mod for Fabric 1.21.5 and I need to make a GUI screen handled by the server, but the documentation page is only for a normal screen. Do you have any suggestions? A GUI handled by the server. Well, I'm pretty sure that doesn't quite make sense to me, because a screen class is a GUI is always handled by the client. So I don't know. I don't want to work tomorrow as I need to work on ropes 15 meters in the air. Yo. Arrays do area of effect. Observer scripts also. I don't know what that means. Kaupen, how about woodworking Wednesdays? Honestly, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. That's not bad. That's a good idea. I'm going to make Chinese gacha into Minecraft modding this summer. Nice. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Are also very really interesting. Okay. Yeah, well, it's an idea. At the very least, it is an idea, if nothing else. As for modding news, okay, we actually have a new part of this, which we're going to call modding news. And that's going to be the following, okay? Let me just see. The courses are a one-time payment. Yes. They are a one-time payment. This is not even what I wanted to do. I wanted to look at this. There you go. That's what I wanted to see. Yes. Okay, some of you may or may not have seen this already. However, some of you might have not. And that's okay, because we're going to watch it right now in the hopes that I'm not going to get get a strike for this, but I highly doubt it. It would be very strange because something has released that some of you might be very, very interested in. And that something is called a trailer. It's called the official trailer 1. And it is for Thaumcraft 7. Oh, hello. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. Let's take a look, okay? Live reaction of Thaumcraft 7. So you can immediately see a couple of things right here. That is obviously the 3 first slots over here. Also, wait a second, we're gonna look at this. This is a Titoian circlet, so you get dark vision for that. The boots probably have step assistance on them, I'm pretty sure. It's a bummer that this is not rendered on the player. Like, why is that not rendered on the player? That's like one of the things that's still missing there. I'm gonna be real. That would be pretty nice. Now, you actually saw this. So when they did this, wait a second. When you see these bubbles appear, that's where you can find stuff. So they basically dig down and they find diamonds, and in here they even find, I'm pretty sure, something else. And that is, ooh, I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting. It's actually insane how much like work this was. And then here I don't know, compact. I'm not quite sure what that does. Okay, so it actually takes all of the things. Okay, so it takes like each individual and it makes them into, that's actually crazy. It makes them into the block version of the items. Oh yeah, that's pretty neat. Why didn't it do it with coal though? Interesting. Okay, let's continue a little bit. So you can see there's some crystals out here. I don't know what that is, but it's, I mean, look, man, it's going. And then here. That looks pretty freaking neat, man. That looks pretty freaking neat. It looks clean. It is clean AF. Another thing, that's the lift. And here we go. Come on. And I've already seen this, by the way, so that's why I'm basically just basically showing you this thing. Absolutely amazing. Then we get down here where this is cinnabar that they're mining, and then after they mine that, they then use the surface. Look at this. And then boop. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty neat as well. So basically a couple of new biomes out here. We then just fly over this, and then they use these things. I don't know what they're called, to sort of jump boost up with a little bit of a feather fall. Looks pretty freaking neat. Like overall, okay. There's no ETA just yet. But, and then you get the, like, this absolutely just amazing, really well done thing. And then, exactly. Thaumcraft 7. Let's go, baby! I mean, come on, man. That's like high quality stuff right there. And then there's like some sort of whisper at the end. Something there. There's something there. There's 100% like a hidden message in there. But it looks pretty freaking neat. But yeah.
Accompany me to glory or doom.
Yellow J 2024. Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it's like it's a bit slightly disappointing because it's slated for 120 rather than 0.21. I mean, look, they've been working for it for so long. It makes sense that they had
accompany me
you know,
to glory
one
or
particular
doom.
version, I guess, right? JCS 1088. Thank you for the follow as well. And yeah. Did you relearn scripting when you do different versions? Is it mostly the same? You don't have to relearn it, but it is not mostly the same. So no and no on both of them, basically. Once you understand Java, then you have a good foundation on which to work on. If you learn one version of modding, then updating will definitely come with changes. However, you are going to be able to adapt to those changes simply because you know the language, and that just works, and that's fine. That's not that bad. But yes. I see the paid version teaches you Java basic stuff and goes into more in-depth when it comes to modding. Is that correct? So, Mistron, so the highest level overview for the courses is yes. It basically gets you from beginning to more advanced stuff. However, if you're an absolute beginner, like let's say you don't know Java, I highly recommend first learning a bit of Java, either with my Java tutorials or other Java tutorials. And if you know a little bit of coding and a little bit of Java, then you could also start off with just modding on the tutorials, because sometimes, like for beginners, I usually tell them look at the tutorials first for a little bit, because a lot of people have a different idea of what modding is, and when they then jump into it, they're like, okay, this is not the slightest what I like imagined. That's why I usually say, hey, look at the tutorials for a little bit at the start. That can be quite useful. So the formats stay similar, but the camel and Pascal change. I mean, why? Like, it doesn't really matter whether or not the there's a change whether or not they use camel case or Pascal case. I don't know whether that's important or not. But also that's not as, there are bigger differences than just those changes. I'm learning Minecraft modding and want to understand how Minecraft is structured and the source code, how the game loop works. Rox, any tips? Well, you can just look at the source code, I guess, right? I mean, the source code is available in the in that. I learned a lot of Java from making plugins using ChatGPT. Well, listen, as long as you learn something there, I'm okay with it. Just don't use it. Just don't rely on it entirely. That's one big thing. Brocode has 12-hour Java course for free on YouTube. Absolutely. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Like, you know. If my teaching style works, absolutely amazing. Other than that, that's fine. I have all of the 112 reference sheets. I just need the symbol format. I watched some, but I got a motivation to do modding. Okay, got some experience in C#. That's pretty good. I just have to get used to Java. Yeah, C# to Java is not trivial, let's say. The code seems a bit hard to understand. It's mostly fine. Like going from one to the other, they are almost the same, or they're let's call it, they're very similar. Okay. I had a screen for a player client and I wanted to spawn an armor stand with a button. How would you do that? You would make a button inside of that screen and then use custom networking to spawn that armor stand. Are there any good resources out there on learning how to make good custom entity AI? Experience, experimenting, and then two other things, which would be other mods GitHub repositories and, of course, Java, the Minecraft source code. People that still use 112 are insane. I literally just had someone say that they want to use 112 to do their mod and not 121, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, sure. Pretty similar. Sure. I've learned things, what each thing means, like the referred stuff. Yeah, so the referred stuff, that's all Minecraft modding, right? That's not individual to Java, right? That's just the things that happen in Minecraft modding, so that's fine. How would you make a thing where if a situation happened, every mod or player in a certain radius gets damaged? It depends on where it is, but usually what you can do is you can make an AABB, which is a area of effect, where you can get every entity within that area of effect, and then you can have something happen to every entity in that area of effect. That is a thing that you could do, and that does work. I started modding 3 days ago. Thanks to your Fabric tutorials, I am it's going pretty well. You are the GOAT. Thank you. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. Do you think Java will receive a 0 recode from Mojang? So what I think is happening is, so I don't know what their team lead does, because specifically in 1.21, you have to imagine this. They changed the way that you register items / specifically tools and armor. They first did it so that you had to put in, you know, why am I just talking about it? I can show you. I will show you the differences because you're going to be like, wait, what? I don't understand this. And I'm like, exactly. That's the issue. That it doesn't make any sense. This would be under the items, mod items. This is 121, 123. Yes. Okay. Okay, so the idea is as follows. In 1.21.1, you had to have so for tools first, you had to call the attributes method on your item properties and then create the attributes via the stored item. Okay. That's tools, right? So that's attributes and then creating the attributes with the stored item. On armor, you had to select the durability, you had to specify the type of armor, so helmet, chestplate, leggings, and then give it a durability and then a number, which was always 19, so always the same. Even though you're already giving it the armor helmet here, so it could have done it within the armor item constructor, but okay, fair enough. They changed this from 1.21.1 to 0.3 in the following way. The sword item now no longer needed the attributes. That was a stupid idea. We now just want the attack speed and attack damage. Similarly, or attack damage and attack speed. Whatever, which way around, but that's fine. Then for armor, same thing. We now no longer need any of this. We just need the properties. And then going from 0.3 to 0.4, they were like, no, this is also stupid because what we actually need in the armor here is still an armor type, but that's no longer in, sorry, that's actually the change here. So it's no longer armor item.type, but it is now an armor type. And then here, they were like, I think they actually didn't change anything here. They didn't. Oh, in 0.4, they didn't do anything. But then in 0.5, they were like, we're crazy. Because now what you do on the item properties, you call the sword method, which then adds a tool component to your item, signifying its sword, because the sword item class no longer exists, and neither does the pickaxe class. Only shovel axe and a hoe item exists. And then on the armor, we now call the humanoid armor method on the item properties for some friggin' reason, because of course. And the same thing happens for the horse armor, because why not? What? I don't, what is going on? This genuinely feels like the Star Wars, like the most recent Star Wars trilogy. You're going in without any plan. Oh, we're just gonna make some changes. What? I literally don't understand it. I've been having a problem lately. I want to make an effect that forces the player to crouch. Any ideas? Genuinely unsure. How long did you learn Java before you start modding? I would say that you will probably need Java. I mean, you can do it a little bit in parallel. Personally, I knew Java way before, so that helped a lot, but I don't know. It's like, it feels like everyone does what they want, think is best without speaking. It genuinely does, and I don't understand it. Because it's like, how does that make any sense? Because they changed it from there to there to there, and again, it's like, there's, honestly, what they should do is 1 year, no updates, completely rewrite Java from scratch, and then you're fine. There's too many different things in there that are, you know, that are just not good. I don't know. It's strange. It's super strange. But what the future of Java Edition is going to be the Java Marketplace. Basically, what that means is that they will make it so that you can add blocks, items, and basically everything, and all sorts of changes, all via JSON files, so they can be read in, and those will then basically be able to be sold on the Java Marketplace. I believe that is where we're headed. I don't know when that happens, but we will see. Will you teach how to make custom dimensions? So I have actually added this to the course. They are, no, not dimensions, sorry. I have added 3 new things to the courses. Courses, by the way, linked down below in the description and on YouTube in the description below. Otherwise, you can look at them on courses.kaupenjoe.net. And what I did there is I added custom structures, custom jigsaw structures, and custom biomes. Yes, there are custom biomes now in the course as a pretty cool topic. those will not be added for the tutorials. The tutorials will end with this and next week's update videos, and then we're done. And then I'm hoping that the next version is 1.22 and not 1.20, 1.6, because otherwise we'll see. Okay, we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen then. There's rumors about a Java marketplace. Well, given the fact that they're starting to add into the Java code base of Minecraft all sorts of things that are looking like are going to be able to add things, everything with JSON files, yes. That's the rumor that I put out. It's this kid. Yo, Nyadni. Also, what do you mean, kid? I love how before everyone's like, bro, this unk out here is old. And now someone calls me kid, I'm like more offended about that than someone calling me old, so I don't know. I'll start modding again on 1.22, I think. Of course you will, Harrow, of course. Everyone believes you. Listen, okay. I think its most happy gas drop is 1.20, 1.6, unfortunately, but we can only hope. I literally don't even understand why. Because at that point, when is 122 coming out at that point? How old are you? 30? Indeed, yes. But still, it doesn't make... I don't know. I've added some hats to the Legend of Zelda mod. Nice! I don't know. It's just... It's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid. I don't know. We can speculate about all we want. We'll know, I guess, next month. You know, in June, it's slated for June, so who knows? Who knows? But that's still, it's still a bummer, in my opinion. I got a Wii today, like a normal Wii or a Wii U. Wii U. Luke, hello. How are you, bro? I think your content is really cool, but I don't have time to learn. But I need an updated mod for 1.21.5 for a Minecraft series. Do you know anyone or a server that can do me this favor? Well, we can. Well, do I know a server? Well, I can basically offer you my Discord server, which is available right here. And of course, take a look at the rules when you join. Always important. And we have a Minecraft corner where we have a modding team wanted. If it's a small-ish thing or then you can make a thread there and maybe someone can help. That's that's basically sort of all I can really offer there in that case. But yeah, it's ridiculous. They drop the drop cycle and they just do big updates. Yes. It would be nice, but I don't think they will, because the normal players are absolutely like amazing or amazed by the drops and they like them. So I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I think the drops are they like them. They like the drops. Even though I don't understand, the drops really suck. Not for the normal players, they suck for modders, absolutely. But you know, modding basically just has to. The modding, the players who are playing modded simply have to understand that we're going to have the first the first minor version is most likely going to be the version for modded going through the entire major version. It just is what it is. Because if you look at the changes, now it's unlikely that every single time a minor version is going to have that many changes. But the way that they're going, maybe they will. Will they ever give a new major version? I mean, they have to at some point, right? They have to at some point. The drops are semi-cool, but I would prefer it if it was related for bigger updates. I don't know. I don't think that that's the average player's experience. I think so. I think so. Maybe, but I don't know. They own the game. They don't know. They don't have to. Well, they don't have to do anything. Well, the thing is, they add like 2 years or done by modders in less than a week. I mean, we've gone through this again. I'm looking at this in a little bit more nuance than other people, but I'd like to know where I can ask. Okay, not to worry. So in the there is a section called the Minecraft Corner, and there is a forum that's called Modding Team Wanted. You might have to enable it via channels and roles, but via channels and roles, you should see it when you go to the browse channels. Modding Team Wanted is what it's called. Java Marketplace is a savior and destroyer to modding. I don't know if it will be. We'll see. We'll have to see when it comes out how they implement it, how they do it. That's going to be the big question. But yeah, but when it comes to like modders doing things that Mojang needs like 2 years to add, the thing about it is, like, I kind of understand it because they have to sort of weigh out a lot of different things, right? Modders can be very specific. Like when you have something like Mechanism, that's a mod that's not going to appeal to everyone. I absolutely love the mod, but let's be honest, like a high-tech mod that's complicated, it's not going to appeal to everyone, and that's okay. But they had to sort of appeal to everyone, so I don't know. Did the tutorial series end? Yes, so the currently 1.21 will end with update videos, and then we will wait until the next version comes out. That's basically the idea. Mechanism is so unbalanced that it would be horrible for vanilla. That's what I'm saying, right? But mind you, Mechanism is also something that's not really possible to create in 2 weeks as well. But regardless, that's the idea. Does your Minecraft course go more in depth into Minecraft stuff, specifically like what I mentioned, rather than Java? So what I highly recommend you do, what I also highly recommend you do is you can go to the description. So the courses are linked down below on YouTube. And what you can do is you can scroll down on any one of the landing pages, and there's going to be one section about the curriculum that it's going to have every single topic that is inside of the course listed. And I highly recommend you look through and see if there's any that basically stick out to you, and you're like, okay, I really am interested in this, and then just basically see. Yep. I would say the 3 updates would be good if they added new stuff to the code, but didn't rewrite it. Yeah, well, they have a rewrite every single time, and I don't know why, which is just the horrible thing. Come, please add more things to do because hydrate. Yeah, I know. Listen, we're gonna have to change this up a little bit when it comes to the things to do with the stuff. Okay, with the points. Will you be continuing on resource slimes? So last time we worked on resource slimes for a little bit, and I got completely stuck with an issue that was that just did not work, and I'm not quite sure why. Where did you get the jacket, and do you also have pants for it? I do have pants for it as well. It is a free promotion right here. I'm not sponsored, by the way, but I want to be. It is a company called Opposuit, OPPO Suits. They make all sorts of different things, and yes, there is both pants as well as a tie that is also in the same pattern. So yes. That is pretty nice. Nice, thank you. Absolutely. Where was the Java Marketplace announced? It's announced nowhere. It is a speculation of mine that I believe it's going to come, but we'll see. I was wondering if there ever speedrun a mod from scratch, no presets or anything. I'm just started modding and started watching as many modding videos as possible. I have not speedrun a mod. Actually, that is not true. We actually have done that. Wait a second, I can show you. We have done exactly that before. And that was this video right here. We have 3 modders. Wait a second. We have 3 modders and 24 hours each to make an epic Minecraft mod. In this modding challenge, Jace, Rep, and I try to make the best Minecraft mod possible in a very limited amount of time. Yep. We will be traveling through time and throwing spears, having some explosive run-ins with some lovely creepers, to then finally go through the retro dungeon to ultimately defeat the evil wizard. I really hope you enjoy. The clock started almost immediately. Yeah, so we basically had... We're ticking down. And there you go. To make basically we had 24 hours to please increase volume. Sorry. Well, anyway, basically 24 hours to make this, and yeah, then we did some stuff. We showed this off, and that was pretty nice. It was a pretty neat video. That was pretty cool. Who was that with? With Jays and Repok. Do you think Java Marketplace would be good or bad? I believe that it could be it highly depends on how it is implemented, man. Genuinely. Well, I know what I'm watching after this. Nice. It was a fun video. Honestly, it was pretty fun. Under 24 hours, so much progress. Damn, that's cool. It's like if you know, I knew what I wanted to do. If you roughly know, okay, I'm probably gonna be able to add that much stuff. I think you're gonna be. I think that's fine. But yeah, it is. It is. Okay, but that's a big but. We have something else. Okay, and that something else is the following. Okay, the something else is I saw a tweet by Tierzu. You may or may not know him. And basically it was like, I'm not trying to be political, but I will say there's an interesting political commentator live streamer who would be brave enough enter this prompt into ChatGPT and answer this off the dome, no assistance. And the idea is here, create a quiz on the subject of geopolitics that you think an experienced political commentator should be able to answer. Now, I am not a experienced political commentator. Although I am interested in the subject of geopolitics, but this is not what we're about over here. We're about Minecraft modding. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this pastable thing. I'm going to paste it in here, and I'm going to say, create a quiz on the subject of Minecraft modding that you think an experienced Minecraft modder should be able to answer. 20 questions, short answer format. Do not include a answer key. And yes. That's what we're going to do right now. Now, so chat, I'm not going to be able to read you while I'm doing this. So do keep that in mind. But we're going to see. Listen, I have no idea what it's going to spit out. We've tested this with one other thing. I have no freaking idea, okay? We're just going to see. Let's just take a look, okay? Okay, here's a answer, okay? This is crazy. Okay, I am already loving this. I'm already loving this. What is the role of the add mod annotation in Forge mod? Oh no. Oh, this is not good. This is gonna be a rough one. The add mod, the mod annotation. Oh boy, now I'm actually getting nervous here. The mod annotation is used to designate the main mod class. Yes, of your Minecraft mod. I think that's going to be fine. How would you register a custom block and ensure it appears in the creative inventory tab? Okay, now I'm getting, depends on the version of Minecraft and what mod loader I am using. Suppose, nope. I am using 1.21.1 fabric, then I would register the block with a call to registry.register, and also making sure I have a static field. It's not really a for short, it's fine. A static field that I can then pass into either a custom creative inventory tab, or I use an event to add it to a vanilla creative tab. Yes. 3. In Fabric modding, what is mod initializer and how does it differ from the client mod initializer? The mod initializer is similar to the @mod annotation in Forge. It designates the main mod class. It differs from the client mod initializer in that it is used for, I think it's both, right? It's server and client. It's mostly, okay, it's used for server registration, while client mod initializer is used for client registration. Okay, I like this. We're good so far. 3 of 3. Explain the process and purpose of creating a custom tile entity. Brother, this is complex. For a tile entity, you need a custom block, a custom tile entity class. Both need to be registered via a deferred register if Forge NeoForge, or via registry if Fabric. Okay, that's fine. That's the first step. We don't necessarily need a screen and a screen handler or screen and menu. However, most tile entities in modding desire those two, i.e. custom furnace or a pulverizer. Okay, I think that's fine as well. 5. What is a capability in Forge and how does it differ from using NVT data? Okay, this one's the first one that might get me, that I might not get. A capability is a type of modded data. Yes, kind of. And functionality that that you can attach to items, blocks, entities, etc. While NVT is a data type used to serialize and deserialize, or it's fine. It's a serializable data type used by vanilla. Fine. Next, describe the event bus system in Forge. How would you subscribe to a world tick event? Okay. For Forge, there exist two buses. The mod and the it's the other one. There exist two buses. The mod bus. Oh, it's the Forge bus. Sorry, the Forge bus and the. Is it the Forge bus and the mod bus? Oh no. Oh no, it's not that. Okay, so on NeoForge it's the mod bus and the client mod bus events. The other ones are Forge bus events. Custom events. But what is the bus? Mod bus. Oh my god, there's two buses. I don't know which one it is. And the mod bus. You can also designate the dist, meaning if it is a client or server event. To subscribe to the world tick event, you need to use the Forge bus with a dist of server. This can be done via the annotation. Wait a second. How the frick do you spell that? Annotation. Add mod event bus subscriber. Then implementing a static method, a public static void method with an subscribe event annotation and the world tick event class as a parameter. Boom! Yes! How would you implement a custom crafting recipe using JSON files? You depends on the version. Okay. Highly depends on the version again. If NeoForge 121.1, if it doesn't matter. If Fabric NeoForge 1, you make a custom recipe class that implements the recipe interface. If it's simple, it can use the use an already existing recipe input class. Otherwise, a custom one of that is needed too. Usually a custom recipe class is made as a record. You specify record. Its parameters are the input and the output. Oh boy, you match the input from the recipe. This is bad, but it's fine. You match the items from the recipe input. I don't think I need to mention this. You also need a serializer class with a custom codec that can read in the JSON file. You will need to register both the serializer, yes, as well as the recipe type. 8. In Fabric, what registry method would you use to register a new item, and where would you typically place that code? I would place this code inside a custom class called mod items. This is not strictly necessary. You could also call the register method in the onInitialize method of the main class. Yes. The method to call is registry.register. Registry.register. Registries.item, and then you would have a name of like item name, and then new item. Something to that effect might be slightly different wording, but that should register the item. I think it's a little bit differently, but like, come on, my man. Like that it has to be correct. How would you handle syncing data between client and server for a custom GUI? Didn't we have that question just before? Oh, that's interesting. Well, it depends. If we have a custom GUI screen for a block entity / tile entity, the handling of the data syncing is done via the menu / screen handler class. If it is a GUI screen without a menu, we would most likely have to implement some custom networking and send custom packets to ensure synchronization. And then the final one, let me actually copy all of this over if I accidentally delete it. What steps would you take to ensure compatibility between your mod and another mod using similar resources or IDs? I don't know if I understand the question, because in modern modding, compatibility is usually already ensured, as IDs are no longer needed, and sharing resources is uncommon. You can you can increase inter-mod compatibility by adding items, blocks, other things to tags, to common tags. Common tags, adding this is optional tags and optional tags and yeah, adding optional tags. Or what else could you do? You could go in and, oh man, adding optional tags or checking or enabling, disabling certain features if another mod is detected. Okay, I'm back. I can read you again. I'm gonna be real. I think this is a thing. This is gonna work. This is going to be a banger. I think this is gonna be a banger. Okay, this is 100%. I'm gonna ace this. I'm going to ace this. Just you see. Let's see. Come on. Your answers are sharp. Definitely the voice of someone who knows modding tools. Okay. A follow-up challenge? What are you talking about? I don't need a follow-up challenge. Challenge yet? What do you mean? Give me the answers and results of the first quiz. Your results. Correct answer. You accurately described this. Correct. You noted register static fields. Correct. 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 With bonus detail. Correct. 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 10 out of 10. Master modder. Let's go, baby. Textbook answers. You clearly understand not just how, but why it works. Let's go, baby. That's what you want to see. Let's see what it says over here. Very solid for Fabric 1.21. You nailed the distinction between server and client, initialization, precise and concise. You gave a thorough explanation, even noting optional components like screen handle, strong understanding. Nice and clear. Capabilities are indeed more flexible, and you contrast them well with NBT. You include both buses, annotations, disks, and even structures. Spot on. Correct with bonus detail. You provide nuanced fabric-specific answer, including code, serializer, recipe, all accurate. This would trip up many. Your example and location of the core mod items or initializer is typical and well-structured. Distinction between menu syncing versus custom functions is crucial and correct. And here you mentioned modern practices like tags, optional features, and mod detection. This is a solid etiquette and design. Let's go! Yes! I'm actually quite happy about that. I was for a moment I was like 1 or 2 or maybe a little bit but man, that's pretty good. You know, I was thinking there should be an exercise or quiz, something like Java course. I mean, listen, you can just do this. Add a wrong answer and note if it answers correct. Well, let's revisit the second quiz again. GG. Okay. So this is an even more advanced one. Describe the life cycle of Minecraft mod from construction to in-game. Are you mad? Have you lost your mind? Holy, that's crazy, bro. That's insane. Explain how mixins work in Fabric. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. I think you're confident. Incorrect, it might say it is still correct. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let me think about this. Explain how you would implement a different block. Oh, big model. Okay. Detail the process of creating a custom network protocol or syncing a new capability or a player stat. In Forge, how does a interact with the event bus? How do you implement a capability with persistent data? I want one where it's like very easy to like sort of give it a wrong answer. It starts, it loads, and then it's in the game. It's gonna say it's not accurate enough. What steps would you take to profile optimize performance bottlenecks in a complex mod? Okay, that's pretty crazy. I would not know exactly what to do here. I mean, damn. Okay, let's see. Let's say the life cycle of mod construction. It loads in. I want to try to. It loads in. Oh, the issue is it's really hard to give a wrong answer. It loads in my modded items, then it loads in my the vanilla items, and then it starts the game. I don't know. What do you say? What do you say, chat? Is that like wrong enough for it to like trip it up? Maybe? Possibly? Like, could be, right? I don't know. This is not... It was easier to just like answer them correctly. Let's see. How would you implement a dynamic block? I would like another one. Explain how mixins work. No way. Doesn't it load vanilla items before modded ones? Yes, and the idea is that we want to trip it up, whether or not it still says that this is correct. That's the idea. I'm pretty sure that it loads vanilla first and then modded. Yes, but that's why I'm saying this. Explain how mixins work in Fabric. How would you safely inject code without breaking compatibility? You can't. Sometimes compatibility will simply be broken. That's why mixin are an advanced tool not to be used lightly. You skipped 2. I know because I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3, okay? How would you implement a dynamic block that changes its appearance based on an internal state using block states? Okay, so the issue is, so the real answer is a fluid tank you would need to use a block entity renderer for. If we're really honest, right? Like, you can't do it with block. I mean, you could do it with block states, but it's not a good idea. But you can also do it with block states. Now here I could say, you simply make a custom block state property. It's going to say that this is correct because it is correct in some way, shape, or form, right? That's the issue. Let's answer this correctly. You could simply make a block state property and change the model depending on that block state property. However, a fluid tank would require, or would best be served by using a block entity renderer instead and changing it directly in the render method. Okay. Cauldron uses block states, if I recall correctly. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Let's do this. 40 evaluate these 3 answers. And I sub. I don't even know what that means. I'm sorry. I mean, yes, that's that should be a thing that you can do on YouTube. Let's see. Too simplified and slightly inverted. Hello? Hello? Score 3 out of 10 needs more explanation. 10 out of 10 perfectly balanced answer, theory and practice. And then here, honest but incomplete. Okay, there you go. I don't know, man. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Right? So it's like, yes, you know, this was incomplete, correct? And this was spot on, absolutely. And then here, correct, right? It's like, it's too simplified. And also it wasn't quite right. I don't know. I think it's fair enough. The best YouTube modder on the internet is live. I'm not gonna say a joke. But maybe it could be. But listen, this is pretty cool. I think this is pretty neat. Like, you can make it so that you give it, like, you have a quiz and then you just answer the quiz. I don't know, man. I think this is pretty good. No, I wanted to say that it's what is it? It's Young Nick Young, but I don't think he's online right now. I mean, why rip 30? He just said that it's probably just going to say that it's always true. It's a valid concern. Just like I said right here, it's a valid concern, right? But in my opinion, this is pretty freaking cool. Like, that is awesome. And also, that was a good challenge. Honestly, good challenge. it was exactly the right amount of challenge right here to like really like hammer this in. To like, okay, this is good. You taught me so much. I just released Modern Curse Forge because of your inspiration. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Well, to be fair, you are kind of right because I did get 10 out of 10 right here. I am a master modder, okay? Textbook answers, you clearly understand not just how, but why behind modern modding practices. Want to build something ambitious, I'm game to help architect it. Also kind of cool, but also 10 out of freaking 10, baby! Let's go! That's so ridiculous, man. I absolutely love it, man. That was so fun. That was actually really fun. I like this. This is, by the way, this is also a good illustration on how you could theoretically use ChatGPT or any AI system to help you learn stuff, okay? Because, you know, we could do the same thing, but like make it for easier, right? So like, which is known to be good at modding. Okay, Capitan, I agree with you. However, you have to realize this. There's a difference between, let's say, asking and answering the question, let's see, what is the role of the mod annotation, and saying, implement me XYZ feature. Those are two different things, right? So I just don't think that it's that bad. I just ask it to question how force a player to crouch, and it just invented methods to update. Yes, I agree. This is correct. So first of all, you need to ask it. Okay, let's just see. Let's just, for the sake of argument, I need to now implement a feature. What is, Miguel, what is the version and what is the mod loader? We need to know this. You think it's easy to replicate the trial chamber behavior on a block entity? I mean, you can look at the source code of how they work. It shouldn't be too bad. Is there any money modding Minecraft? Depends on what you mean by money. You can get a little bit of extra cash by the side if you have a very if you have a good mod, a significant mod. But if you go into it looking for money, that's not necessarily the correct way to do it. Like, you're not gonna get rich out of it, most likely. That's one huge caveat. Okay, I'm gonna implement a feature. 1.21.4 NeoForge. I want to force the player to, what was it? To crouch. Crouch when it has one of my custom effects added to it. So I think we're just gonna can you give me some code for this? Let's see what it generates over here. We're going to take the same thing even. Okay. Create a custom mob effect. Use a server tick event. I think this is the correct one. I think this is correct. You want the server tick event. Yep, correct. You basically just want the effect right here. Then you register the effect. This is correct. This should be correct. And then here you have a slouch event. Set shift key down. I don't like that. It's normally client action. However, in NeoForge, calling it on the server side during replicate the client action. Ugh. Even if this is true, I don't like that at all. Ooh. Wait a second. Give me a second. Would you like a version with packet syncing instead? Like disabling jumping. We might need Mixin for that. Let me see. NeoForge. Okay. Let's take a look at this. This is event. On player tick. That's fine. So the tick event is correct. It should at least be correct player. Okay. Doesn't even exist. Player tick event. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, is there an end? Nope, pre and post. Oof. Okay, then we're just gonna do this. Is client side does not exist. Okay, so none of that works. We can't even get the player. There's no way, right? Get entity. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. And then this is obviously we don't have this, so we're just gonna use a slimy effect. Okay. This does seem to exist. However, is stepping carefully. It is looking for is shift key down, which is the get shared flag. So that might actually do it. With the effect, I can get the player. Yes, but you, that is true, but, yeah, in theory, you could also just do that. You're right. You're right. No, you're right. You could just do this in the apply, no, wait a second. In the effect itself, yeah, you can use the apply effect tick method right here. For this, you have to override the should apply effect tick in this tick method to return true over here. And then you should be able to do it inside of here. And then just do that. Yeah, I think that should work. So that isn't a problem, really. Try to do a player set shift key down true. I wonder if that works or not. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, sorry. I just read that. Hello. Does not work. You're absolutely right. It's client only, and that's why it doesn't work. But you can simulate and force sneaking behavior using a workaround. Set sprinting false. Okay, that's not what you do. That's not okay. What are you doing this stream? Well, we did before make a quiz over here. So we were quizzed by ChatGPT. I got, of course, a 10 out of 10 master modder. Absolutely freaking amazing. But yeah, there you go. Code produced by LLMs always looks fine, but you need to wrong on many levels, especially for Minecraft modding. I absolutely agree. That's why what you do is you, like, I'm not against stuff like this, but you need to be careful and, like, not just be an idiot and just copy things over and be like, oh, this is 100% going to work. Because there's a bunch of other issues here, like using Forge bus in NeoForge, for example. That's not how that works, but that's fine. Of all websites to download mods, which is the best one? I mean, the two that you should use is Modrinth and CurseForge. Yeah, so I mean, it's fine, but like I'm not a fan of this the workaround right here. And now we're just playing around a little bit with stuff. I did really like the quiz though. I genuinely think the quiz one is really freaking cool. And you can also change this up as well, right? When you get to the quiz where you're like, okay, create a quiz on the subject of Minecraft modding that you think a beginner modder should be able to answer, right? Let's see what it comes up with here. Okay, so funnily enough, it's exactly the same thing. In which method? It's all the same things. These are all the same things that I was asked. If you're surely going to cover energy in the free tutorials. For 1.21, most likely not. No. These were exactly the same. How do you give a custom item a texture in the game? It is pretty fun, though. It is pretty fun. I don't know. Listen, I think it's still a good idea, okay? Just, I don't know if this is beginner level necessarily. I do feel like this might be a little bit, I don't know. But that's okay. That's fine. I don't know. Listen, I think it's fun, okay? And that's what counts. Sometimes it's just what counts. When you get to the fun part. Sounds pretty good. Okay. Yeah, genuinely, guys, like genuinely try this later. I think that this like the quiz over here. I think that's pretty cool. That's just neat. That's just a neat thing. Like I said, the idea originally was geopolitics, but it knows. It knows. It knows. Don't worry. See, it even has my freaking logo there. A prominent? Oh. Kaupenjoe, also known as Nico, is a prominent figure in the Minecraft modding community. Well, I mean, okay. Renowned for his educational content that guides both beginners and advanced users through the intricacies of mod development. With a master's degree in computer science, Nico transitioned from his previous job in mid-2020 to focus on teaching game development full-time, leveraging his skills to create comprehensive tutorials and courses. That is from my own website that it uses. That's pretty nice. He operates Modding by Kaupenjoe, a YouTube channel which features a variety of content, including Minecraft modding tutorials, mod showcases, and entertaining modded Minecraft videos. In addition to his YouTube presence, Nico offers structured courses on his official website, which is courses.kaupenjoe.net, covering modding with Forge, Fabric, and NeoForge across various Minecraft versions. These courses are designed to be accessible even to those with no prior programming experience and include step-by-step help to help learners create their own mods. For hands-on learners, Nico maintains tutorial by Kaupenjoe GitHub repository, which contains code examples and resources aligned with his tutorials. His approach to teaching make complex modding concepts approachable, earning him recognition within the community. I mean, there's needed, but sort of citation needed. Whether you're starting out or looking for deep in your knowledge, Kaupenjoe's resources provide a valuable foundation in Minecraft modding. The glaze is crazy. True, right? It's crazy. Why did you teach about libraries and JSON files to make them work? I don't know. It's true though. Well, see, if the glazing is true, then there you go. That's pretty good. That's pretty neat though. I like that. That's pretty cool. I remember that was some fast reading skill unlocked. That was fast. I don't know if that was fast, but okay. Do you like 30 wordies tutorials? I mean, why wouldn't I like them? I'm pretty sure I used a couple of them before in the past. Because I'm pretty sure 30 was a little bit further along in some things, which I didn't understand. You know, sometimes there's like one or two like tiny nuances. Have a good stream. Forge documentation is trash. Do you know any up-to-date documentation? Well, for Forge, no, I do not. However, I have a thing that might help you a little bit, and that is docs.neoforge.net. Which is the NeoForge documentation, which might, be a good thing. This is the third time I exist in your stream. You exist also outside the streams, but yeah. So for Forge, you're gonna have a very bad time when it comes to documentation. For NeoForge, you're gonna have a better time, let's say. But yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Like, I like that. I like that. Who is Kaupenjoe? So freaking ridiculous that the freaking AI knows that. But to be fair, back in the day, it also like when we used Copilot, that also used my tutorials as a source to help with modding. So, you know, is there similar for Fabric documentation? There actually is. There actually freaking is. It's Fabric. It's docs.fabricmc.net developer guides. They have started to redesign this, so it's a little bit newer, but yeah. How do you learn stuff from new versions so quickly? Like, it's crazy learning 3 modelers and uploading 3 episodes like in 4 days. So, I don't know if I'm hey, listen. This is a joke, but it's probably not a joke. Like, I have something called ADHD. I'm actually not diagnosed, okay? So I don't know. I most likely have something, okay? I'm most likely on some sort of spectrum, but it's fine. And for some reason, it just sort of it just works. I don't know. I just kind of it's just not that bad. Also, when it comes to, let's say, NeoForge, they are benevolent because they have something called a NeoForge 21.5 for 1.21.5 with all of the changes that exist, as well as a primer containing every single change in this version. And when I say every single change, yeah, I'm talking about every single change. Yep. Now we're still going. We're almost there. Here we go. Yeah, that's oh boy, pretty cool though. That definitely helps. If you're starting modding, you should start with 1.21.1 Fabric, either 1.21 Fabric or 1.21 NeoForge. Yes, the custom tree generation tutorial also applies to structures. No, not really. I don't know how that works with structures. Like, not really, no. I asked this before, but you didn't give me a clear answer to the courses. Are you going to teach how to make custom dimensions? For the courses, I was planning on doing that. Right now, priority is to get the update tutorials done. The courses already have added a structure lecture, a jigsaw structure lecture, and a custom biome lecture. So dimensions would be the next thing that I would add, but I'm unclear if I want to or not. So I'm not sure yet, sadly. Do you remember Revenge, a Minecraft parody? Creeper, oh man. Creeper, oh man. So we back in the mine. Like, I want my mods to be recognized. Well, then make them good mods. I mean, just watch your structure 1.21 Forge. It was very helpful. Awesome. I'm sure you have been asked this before, but for modding, do you prefer Fabric or NeoForge? But for modding itself, honestly, it switches day to day. Okay, it genuinely does. It genuinely does switch from day to day because it's too like sometimes I like Fabric more, sometimes I like NeoForge more. It's but both of them are fine. I'm genuinely like both of them are great. Like it's just not yeah. In Fabric you're gonna have to do more mixing. That's one thing. For NeoForge there's gonna be less mixing, but you know, if you want your mod to be recognized, it's mostly visuals. It's not mostly visuals. However, if you what is the idea? Like 20% of a game is making the game and then 80% is marketing, something like that, right? Like the similar thing happens with mods. If they look interesting, if they look cool, bam. What is the differences between NeoForge and Forge? Highest level overview, the current people who are doing NeoForge were working on Forge before, but they had differences with the owner and they switched to making their own project to have more freedom and basically, yeah. I'll guess I'll have to find a guide for structures somewhere. No, Miku, you do not have to find it somewhere. I can give you a guide. Because I'm just that guy. I'm just that kind of guy. And that is the structure tutorial mod by Telepathic Grunt. Highly, highly recommended to take a look at this, okay? Highly recommended to take a look at this. This is the best tutorial on structures, even going beyond mine. Yes. Yo. Wrong channel, BRB. I don't even understand that. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, if it's the wrong channel, why will you be back then? But that's okay. You think near future NeoForge overthrows Forge? I think it's already, it's basically already gone. I think it's done. Like, genuinely, it's gonna be... So, Thaumcraft comes out with on NeoForge only. If we take a look at CurseForge All the Mods 10, what is All the Mods 10? Yes, it is in NeoForge. It's not... I think it's done. I genuinely think it's almost over. There's no more documentation. I was basically unable to oh, you meant your account. So you have a is it just because you didn't want to use the account Hitawa with the Japanese spelling so that we can easier identify you? So you have like a Japanese account when you watch Japanese stuff and like an English account when you watch English stuff. Honestly, not the worst idea in the world to be like. That's actually kind of smart, to be honest. Create is now also in Neo. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's just it's a rough one, man. It's rough. Yeah, lol. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty neat. Because watashi wa Kaupenjoe desu. ドイツに住んでいます。日本語ができません。英語ができます。ドイツ語ができます。ビル I don't know. そうですね。ADHD really going at it. What happened? I spoke Japanese. Lol. Which Earth is this? Are you speaking Japanese? I did speak Japanese. This is correct. What the heck? What do you mean? What do you mean? I just... Because Kitawa was here, and I was like, I wanna show off a little bit of my absolutely crazy Japanese. How many languages do you know fluently? 2. German and English. And that's it, okay? And then I can do a little bit of some things, okay? I only had 1 semester of Japanese I only had 1 semester of Japanese in university, sadly. Didn't nothing more fit. It wasn't meant to be, sadly. I do want to get into it at some point again, but I don't know. It's a rough one. It's not easy. I just made Hoglin armor. Damn. I made a working phone and a working laptop in my mod. That was pretty good. It was pretty neat. Is that just... So there's a goal. So the first one I'm pretty sure is an A. And then I'm really not good at katakana, man. I'm really not good at katakana, okay? Can you write the same thing in hiragana, please? ADHD is goated. I mean, maybe. Could be. Like, that's like the only thing I'm like it's just... I was struggling more with, you know, once you learn hiragana, it's like, all right, absolutely amazing, let's freaking go, right? Then you have to learn the same stuff in katakana, and you're like, okay, now my brain explodes. It's a rough one. It was a rough one. Also, it's been like, bro, I don't even want to calculate, man. I think it's been like 9 years, which is really not good. Do I take computer science? Yeah, okay. Computer science or computer engineering to know more about Java, making projects and stuff, especially for modding. As in like in actual university? I don't know how. I used Google Translate. Okay, well that's kind of funny. Anyway, well, if it's an actual university, Mr. Burb, then I mean, take the one that's like more interesting to you. I personally I did computer science. But I don't know. If it's like, I think computer science is going to be a little bit more geared towards the software side versus computer engineering. I don't even know. Here it is. Okay. Then it's going to be amo and then ga. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's a mogus. Mogus. Okay, sure. Okay. Sure. I don't have the... Bro, I need a soundboard with that. That would have been so good if I then just did the clip. Okay, Amogus. Okay, sure. Yes, he translated Among Us. Yeah, Amogus too. Yeah, true. I read that so quickly, dude. Of course, I mean, that's fine, but like... I was like, wait, so it's like... I was sure about the A and the Ga, but I'm like... I thought it was something with M because like that's, but like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Make a tutorial about how to make a custom smithing template, but it will be another right smithing template, not an armor trim. Oh, interesting. So basically meaning how you could then update. So the how you can update something like upgrade, like an upgrade template, I guess, right? Interesting. Could be interesting. Probably not for 121, but that's an interesting one. I don't know what the difference is for you. What was it like computer science doing Java or just Python? Bro, we did everything. Java was the main language. We also had a course with C. We also had a little bit of Python mixed in there. Oh yeah, it's true. It's confusing. Yeah, upgrade template is confusing. Oh, let me recount my little German. Hallo, ich bin Burb. Ich bin sehr gut. Und du? Ja, ich bin auch ganz gut. Hoffe ich. ChatGPT hat gesagt, ich bin gut. Also von daher, muss ja stimmen. Wenn es die AI sagt, geht ja gar nicht anders. Yes. Sehr gut worin. He probably means he's doing well. Right? Like, let's not criticize every single, like, tiny grammar. Like a grammar Nazi. It's an unfortunate turn of phrase, to be honest with you. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Oh, would be custom recipe type to make a upgrade template? I think so. No idea what you're saying. Oh, no, I know. There are a couple of other people who will know what I'm saying, though. Also, I speak German. I'm born in German. Nice. I don't know if I was born in German, but I definitely was born in Germany. I can tell you that much. That's how language works. Is it bad to say sehr gut? No, it's not bad. It's just that there was just something missing, right? You basically just said, I mean, you can't even translate it because I am good still is fine. Like, yeah. Well, but yes, if you say I am very good, like people in English are going to understand that. How difficult is it to update a mod, for example, from 1.12 to some other version? So I'm going to represent this with with some physical items because I think that it's going to be a good idea. Okay. So to update a mod from, okay, wait a second. We're going to make a short out of this as well. So to update a mod from 1.12.2 to any modern version, right? It doesn't matter if it's 1.21, 1.20 or 1. Okay, we're going to start again. Has to be again. How to update a mod from 1.12 to any modern Minecraft version. Basically, doesn't even matter to what modern version you want to update this mod, okay? If it is 1.12.2, you take your mod right here, and what you do with it is this. You destroy it entirely, like that. And then you rewrite the entire mod in the new version that you want. I'm Kaupenjoe, and I approve this message. There you go. You are unable to update mods from that old of a version. You literally have to remake the entire mod from scratch. There's no other way. Like, I'm genuinely, there is no other way. Like, do not take a 1.12, do not take a 1.12 project and try to update that project. You are going to like commit Sudoku. Okay, I'm genuinely like it's not good. It's not good. Me recording my videos be like, true. How would you modify vanilla pigs in Forge? Maybe there's an event. Otherwise, you will probably have to do mixing. It's not recommended in Forge, but you can do it in Forge. I think it's, you know. How would I update my mod from 120 to something? Well, from 120 to anything else is you just update it and then like you update the number and then you just go through all of the changes. You can use mixin, true. The only way, the reason to update it to a modern version is to support is to have support for every version in between. That's ridiculous, bro. How would you grow more hair in Minecraft, of course? Kaum, our friend. Is that like a personal attack or something? What is mixing? It's not mixing, it's mixin. So without the G at the end. And it is a way that you can change vanilla code without, yeah, it's a way that you can change vanilla code. It is hideously complicated though, so yeah. It genuinely actually is quite complicated. Which is not always good. What do you think of the Cataclysm mod? I like it. Pretty cool. I use mixins a ton. They're useful. They are very useful, but they can be quite complicated. You will have to admit this. The worst things to use a language you don't know. Scala language in the open computer mod. Oh boy, Scala. I know which one was it that had Lua as the scripting language? Computercraft or something? Something like that, right? Computercraft, I think, with the turtles. Were they called turtles? Why did they call flying robots turtles? How? Have you taken a look at the docs? Like, Captain, genuinely, why did you leave a comment 37 minutes ago on a random tutorial of mine. This doesn't even make any sense. Brother in Christ. What do you mean? Like, did you watch that specific video, like, during the stream? What is happening? I need answers, okay? Using Mixin to make a custom magma block creates bubble columns. Ah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Open computers and computer craft. Yeah, true. What is the best AI for Minecraft coding? I mean, most likely none of them, because Minecraft coding is very much not well documented. So I don't know. Most likely you want to use Claude though. I think Claude is the best for coding in general. Modding Monday, yay. In open computers, robots are just your brain. And a sad Chinese got different version of Minecraft. Asian mods always seem to go hard on the visuals. I've not seen any of that. GitHub Copilot for auto completion. Capitan, you're not gonna get like out of this. Why did you like went on my 120 advanced item tutorial like 38 minutes ago and left a comment there? What is this? What is this travesty? I need to go back to watching your morning tutorials. All right, man. Take care and have fun. Hello, Joe. How have you been? Pretty good, pretty good. 1,000-fold from gacha from China. I'm pretty sure is like gacha actually an issue in China? Is gacha an issue in China? Yes, gacha mechanics are considered an issue in China, particularly for minors. That's what I'm saying. Like, aren't they like completely cracking down on this as well? Like you can't play if you're a minor, you can't play for more like 2 hours, and if it's like 8 p.m. you can't play anymore, and you can't log in, and you have to put in your IDs. It's like actually crazy. Like it's actually insane. Create an account so when you need to sign in to a sus website, use it. Yeah, those are thoughts, those are ideas. At the very least. Check your notifications. Your YouTube notifications. My YouTube notifications. I have no YouTube notifications. I actually don't get notifications for that. Go into Modrinth and try this. I see. Yeah, I see. Okay, I see your game right here. I respect it. On your newest post. Yeah, I know. Yes. Genshin Impact. Love your tutorials, man. I'm getting some nice things done. Awesome. That's great. Where did you come up with Kaupenjoe? My it's a slightly altered version of my last name. And the way that it happened is that I had a I wanted to make an account on Instagram, and I asked my friend, listen, I need a name that's like interesting. And he was like, he just came out with that. Bam. I was like, Jesus. Okay, let's go. That's pretty good. Genshin mentioned my wallet spontaneously evaporated. No. Okay, Patera, can we stop with the like? Can we please stop? Like, I would rather you stop than me having to stop you. You've been spamming last couple of modding Mondays, and come on, okay, come on. That's not fun for anyone. About data gen for recipes, I'm using item stack because it's one varied. Should I make a new item stack for each recipe? Bro, I don't know. Data gen for recipes and using an item stack? I actually don't know 100%. So your real name is Kaupenjoe. No comment. I have a question. So I want to add compatibility with the Aether mod by adding gloves items, but I don't want a new mod. I want it to be optional compatibility, but gloves items uses a custom item in the Aether mod. So I don't know how you exactly could do that. I think interesting. I thought that would be a crap load more people here. Listen, it is what it is, Dragon Burst. I mean, if I'm just yapping about modding, it's not that interesting. But funnily enough, if I just yap, there's actually more people than when I'm actually going in and programming something, which is also kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, man. You know, this is our little modding Monday hangout out here. You are the GOAT, man. I learned a lot from you. Awesome to hear, man. Awesome to hear. I'm wondering how to make a custom rendering in Tooltip. No idea. Did you actually read said comment? I just flew over it, okay? Never translate on the server. Yeah, I know. It happens, okay? Hello, hello. I know how to get the item loaded depending on the mod. That's pretty easy. Okay. But what is the issue then? What do you think is the best mod ever? I think create. Can you do a video on floating biomes? I mean, you come in here with a name called Deep Mines and you want floating biomes? Sending 6 mixed messages out here. I'm kidding. No, probably not. No, probably unlikely. Unlikely. Better Than Wolves was before create. I mean, Better Than Wolves is interesting for sure. But no. I do think create is probably the best mod made so far. Although Thaumcraft 7, who knows? I remember Better Than Wolves. Better Than Wolves is the GOAT. It basically was create. Yeah, it was create, but you also needed 1,000 hours to do any normal thing, man. I was wondering, is there a way I can detect if a certain mod is detected and crash the user's game? You probably could do that. But if you did that, then what's going to happen is that your mod is going to be blacklisted from any sort of mod pack. Okay, that's genuinely going to be what's going to happen. You said the best is create. What's your favorite? Mechanism is my favorite mod. Good on you to see the difference. There is a difference. I think the best mod is create, but my favorite mod is mechanism. Because I'm gonna be real, being able to 5x my ores or 6x my ores. Yes. Yes. You really think Thaumcraft 7 will ever be released? Wait, weren't you here before? Were you not here? They released a trailer today. They released an official trailer right here. Thaumcraft 7. It's I mean, they don't have an ETA, but they have something. So, you know, there's something there. Wait, really? No way. Yeah. No, I'm telling you. Here. This is the video. Have you ever defeated the Ignis in Cataclysm? I don't think I've defeated any boss in Cataclysm, sadly. I just played it a little bit. That is some good quality thing. Ooh. Suddenly going viral on your video. Well, good for you, man. That's, you know, that it can happen. It can happen. I miss 1.7.10 Ars Magica. Bro, 1.7 is so far away. It's actually crazy. Why will it be blacklisted? What's wrong with that? I just don't like a certain mod. It's not that you don't like a certain mod. It's that you take away the ability for players to choose whatever they want. yeah, it's malware actions. I agree. It's basically just not, it's not a good thing to do. Yeah. Speaking of favorite mods, what do you think of the Jenny mod? Listen, okay, if you want your degeneracy, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but just, you know, don't involve me with it. Basically. There you go. That's what I think. That's what I think about that. You freaking... My favorite is ore spawn. Yeah, I've heard that before. Shiro, hello. Good day to you. How are you doing? Wait, how is it malware? That's crazy. Well, if you have a program that you purposefully crash, it does sound a little bit like malware. I would just listen. What you can do is you can add something, let's say, that gets pointed out in the chat. Hey, I am person XYZ and I'm not a big fan of this mod. And then then people can ignore it, and then that's it. Your favorite custom mob. What a weird thing to ask. I don't think I have one. Another good mod is Wood Good and Stone Zone. Bro, who came up with the idea to call it Wood Good? You know what happened there? Listen, okay? Kitawa, what happened there is that they were in the Stone Zone when they came up with the name Wood Good. That's what must have happened. Because otherwise it's impossible to come up with that. That's actually crazy, bro. That's insane. Not even made by the same person. Well, fair enough. Wholly true. Exactly. Exactly, of course. There's a horror mod blacklisted as malware because it crashes the game and touches the system files. No, I understand, and it's like, it's fair if it's purposeful, but it's one of those things where I would probably not get into, like, I would probably not want that on my PC, you know what I mean? Even if it's like stated before. So I don't know. Yeah. You know, it's like any other IT guy, naming things is the most difficult part of programming. Absolutely true. It's so true. And what you really want to do is when you name something, if you name a program, you want to have a cool name and it be an acronym. Oh, that you can like pronounce. Oh, that's always the best. That is the best thing to do. Then you know you have a good name, okay? When you have something that's an acronym and you can just spell it out and like actually just say it. Always best. That's always best. In terms of service. Bro, don't make mods add terms of service now. Please, don't do this. Don't do this, okay? Don't do this. I'm about to start modding. I'm watching your 120.1 Forge modding tutorial. It's amazing, but I still can't download IntelliJ IDEA. Interesting. I don't know why that doesn't work. So there should be, in theory, on the IntelliJ website, like I said, down here, the download one. You could also try, if it still does not work, literally just going into, wait, let's do this. No. Okay, maybe this should, yeah, this should be enough. This should be fine. You could also just try the direct link right here. And maybe that works. This is literally the direct link to the download. So maybe that works. I don't know though. Just an idea. Kaupenjoe is the GOAT. I mean, maybe. It's not that hard to name the full thing. Blast Furnace Block Entity Renderer. But you know how I get featured in the community mod series? So what you can do is you can join. You're probably already there, but I'm still going to do this. This is also for other ones that are not joined. You can join the Discord server that I've just linked in the chat. Highly recommend, of course, to first read the read the rules properly. That is always a good idea. And then there is a channel called Community Mods in which you can basically post your mod, and then it has a pretty good chance of being added there. You know, they're obviously the community mod showcases are sort of randomly laid out. Like, I don't have a set schedule for them, but yeah, that would be a thing. Yep. My favorite YouTuber again. Oh, that's pretty nice. I'm gonna submit the Jenny mod. Well, listen, if you made that, first of all, damn. Second of all, then it will be fine. But in theory, it's for mods that you made yourself, okay? Not like just Thaumcraft is my favorite mod. Awesome. It's gonna be interesting. If you want to do anything that is like the person said you're obligated to, yeah, I don't think so. If I want to make a mod with maybe like 50 bosses, multiple magic systems, and Duckbit, should I keep using Fabric or switch to NeoForge? So, I agree. It doesn't really matter. What I will say though is that big of a mod probably would be better served on NeoForge, but I don't know. Do you personally think about the AVP mod? I don't even know what it is. AVP mod. Alien versus Predator. I have not seen it before. I would have to take a look at it. Oh, already looks pretty neat, the face hugger. Okay, maybe I could take a look at it. But for some reason it's not working. Could it be some incompatibility with my PC? I highly doubt it, because in theory the download itself should be should just like that should work. So I'm not quite sure why that does not do it. Huh. Why do I never see someone talk about the Productive Bees mod? Honestly, good, valid question. I don't know. I don't know why. Can we talk about Productive Bees for a second? Good talk, guys. Good talk. I'm out of here. Thanks for the stream. All right, take care, man. Take care. How did you learn about modding? So basically what happened is that I had a very solid foundation in Java, and then I used that I leveraged that to watch a couple of tutorials, learn from those tutorials how to mod, and then just started seeing a pattern, and then just continued to learn from there by looking at other mods' GitHub repositories and at looking at Minecraft source code. And with that, I was able to bootstrap, and now we're here. The bee talk wasn't productive though. That's what the inside of my head sounds like all day on a day-to-day basis. It happens. It happens, man. Spill your facts. True. WB talk. I don't know if I made any video guide on creating an item with multiple textures for a custom tag. I have ish. I mean, I've had the bow. But yes, I have. It is called an item property. In 1.21, it is tutorial 21. So item properties is the one, or item properties is the one thing you want to look at for NeoForge and Fabric, and for NeoForge and Forge, and on Fabric it is called a model predicate. Man, I had to search deep in my brain for that one. Do you think Happy Gas will be 121.6 or 122? I am hoping that it's 122. I don't know if they actually said 121.6. On the wiki, it still says the presumed to be called 1.21.6. So I have actually not seen it mentioned anywhere else. The only where it is mentioned is in the Bedrock Edition version. Have you seen the character creator I made? I'm pretty sure I have seen it. Yes. I think I also actually made a yeah, I reacted with a pog as well. What is the etiquette for looking at other people's GitHub repositories? Will people get upset if the code looks similar? This is a very good question, Ampo. Actually, goated question. They will not be upset if the license is something that you're allowed to use. Meaning, when you go onto a GitHub repository, usually what it has is it has this little license over here. In this case, it says MIT license. I can click on this and I can see permission is hereby granted free of charge to any person obtained a copy of this software and associated documents to deal in the software without restriction, including without limitation, the rights to use, copy, modify, merge, publish, distribute, sub-license, and or sell copies of the software, and to permit persons to whom the software is furnished to do so, subject to the following conditions. The above copyright notice is the permission shall be included in all copies. And then here, this is the big part about MIT, the software is provided as is without any warranty, of any kind, express or implied, including but not limited to all sorts of different things. Meaning, when something is of the MIT license, you are allowed to use the mod. However, you are not allowed to, and this is very important, to basically sue the person that has used this. That's number one. So basically, you reject all liability if you actually use this. But in theory, the structured tutorial mod, you could use the entire code, you could copy it, you could sell it in theory for $1,000, and the person, the telepathic runner in this case, could not come after you because they released this under the MIT license. If it is ARR, meaning all rights reserved, then you would not only be a very naughty boy to copy something, you would actually be breaking copyright law. So don't do that. So there you go. You've probably answered this question a million times. For a beginner, Forge, NeoForge, or Fabric. It depends on the version. 1.20, you can choose Fabric. 1.21, you can choose Fabric or NeoForge. That's my answer. Epic answer, thank you. It was also an epic question, so I think it deserved an epic answer, to be honest with you. You also include warning to double check further licenses. That is true. There are sometimes further licenses for licensed sounds from Square Enix. Do you have a license for the sounds? Or you don't have to incriminate yourself. You can plead the fifth on this, okay? But did you just use the sounds from Square Enix and you were like, all rights reserved from Square Enix, no copyright infringement intended, please? You don't have to incriminate yourself, though. NeoForge, the newest version, is pretty good. True. I thought Microsoft's TOS prevented getting money from mods. Well, okay. I was just trying to illustrate an idea, but yes, in theory, you can sell a mod. You can't really sell a mod. That is correct. But the illustration still stands. If you have something that has the MIT license, then in theory, you could also sell that. So, and that they couldn't do anything about it. In my country, the law does not affect me. That's fine. The thing about it is that that's okay. And you can say that that's, you can act in accordance to the law that doesn't... that you don't have to abide by this, basically, because you're maybe in a country where the laws are different. However, as I've said, number one, you would be a naughty boy. And number two, there's a difference between laws and morality. And you'd just still be wrong. It's just not a good thing to do. And if someone finds out, this will have a big backlash. Even if they wouldn't go after you legally, because obviously it's going to be, if we're honest, it's very unlikely that if you steal a piece of code from a mod, that they will go after you, legally, worldwide lawsuit. It's ridiculous. It's incomprehensibly ridiculous. That doesn't mean that you should do it, because it is wrong. Okay? And you should not do it. There is a great quote, okay, from Marcus Aurelius. Okay? Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. And that's what you should do. If it is wrong, do not say it. If it is wrong, do not say it and do not do it. If it is right, go ahead. That's what it is. Okay? I think that's the quote, right? Yeah, that's the quote. There you go. Then you get spanked. You know, you don't need to get spanked. Listen, sometimes it just is what it is. I've been modding exponents. Don't get caught. Listen, there's one thing that sounds pretty crazy, okay? But you know who always catches you? You know the one thing in the universe that always knows every single thing that you've done, and that is going to like know and catch you in the act. It's not God, it's yourself. You always know what you've done. If you can look yourself if you can look at yourself into the, god damn it. You can look in the mirror at the end of the day after you're being a shit person. All right. Very few people can actually do that. Very few people can do that. And that's a good thing. There's already enough shit in the world. Why the fuck do you want to add to that? Genuinely. Listen, deep minds, you know what I mean. I'm trying to include everyone out here. Because like a couple of people most likely won't believe in that. But let's not get into theology, okay? Kaupenjoe, what was was your master's on? Computer science. What do you think of Mosey's Mobs mod? I think I've used that before. I tried that before, but I'm also only high level overview. Wait, what happened? Why is someone being shitty? Ah, it's fine. Favorite Nintendo console? The one that they can't brick when I do whatever I want with the things that I've bought. Meaning none of them. If a good person does a bad thing, they will be disappointed. Correct. That is correct. But as Stannis Baratheon once said, the good does not wash out the bad, nor does the bad wash out the good. Think about that. Think about that. The Frostmaw. True, exactly. Yeah, the legend is streaming again. Space Potato out here floating in space. 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 You know the Space Corps? Anyone? Anyone play Portal 2? Bro, when did that shit come out? Oh no. Oh no. No, guys. You know how old Portal 2 is? Oh boy. Portal 2 came out in 2011. It is 14 years old. I hazard to guess there are people in the chat that are younger than Portal 2. Oh no. No. Oh boy. Favorite Bill and Ted quote. I don't think I've ever watched that entirely through. I don't what is that even? What the heck? Okay, maybe not. Okay. Please answer my important question. If I wait 5 minutes and my question is not answered, and I ask it again, then you can ask it again. Yes, that's true. You can do that at that point. Cody, help me, please. Yes. I'm gonna be real, Ejak. I literally don't even know. What is that? Like, I don't even know what the frick you're talking to me about. I used to play Portal 2 on school's Xbox. Nice. How do you add advancements? It's a JSON file based, I'm pretty sure. Not bad guess. Would have guessed pre-2010. You realize that 90 is old. True. True. Cody's a media player. Skin for an OS. Okay. Well, given the fact that I am a Minecraft modder, I have no experience with that, sadly. Hey Joe, maybe it's wrong to sell mods, but what about commissioning mods creating for someone? That I'm pretty sure that is allowed. So you are allowed to take on commissions. You are allowed to take on commissions and do that. Yeah, I think that's fine. When will Minecraft come out with a dirt update? Oh, they really need that, right? Get some earthworms in there. Chat, would you love me if I was still if I was a worm? I already asked this question once, I know, but I want to know again. Would you love me if I was a worm? Would you watch me if I was a worm? That's a bigger question, actually. Will you ever commission mods? Absolutely. Like do commissions for mods, make mods for others? I don't think so. Commission mods like others, make mods for me? Possibly. What project are you working on modding? I got nothing, man. Right now I've got nothing. I just want my updates done, man. I just want my 1.21 updates done. And then I don't even know. Yo, I got early access to automatic dubbing of my videos. Excuse me? Hello? Interesting. That's interesting. I don't like it myself, but if I have access to it, all of a sudden that's interesting. I'll need to do something with IntelliJ download. It's so stupid that that stuff doesn't work, man. Other than Minecraft, what do you think is the best game? The best game? I don't think that you are able to rank games to say this is the best game. And my reasoning goes as follows. When you ask what is the best food, food is grouped into categories for a reason. I really like spaghetti bolognese. I also like lasagna. Those are similar. But I also like ice cream. But they're completely different in everything. The only thing that is like the same there is that you eat it. I don't think I can answer that. Best is relative. I mean, number one, that, and number two, I don't know. I don't know. I can give you my most played games on Steam, and then you can form an opinion. Those are not necessarily the best, by the way, because I don't necessarily think that I might have an answer for you. Ish. So the game that was incredible is Yes, Your Grace. It's a 2D game, very low pixel art that has you take over a kingdom. So you're a king, and you have to make decisions based on your resources. But there's a whole story that is associated with this as well. That one was absolutely amazing. Okay. But when it comes to and that was only about 7 hours long. My most played games are in this order: RimWorld with 640 hours, Crusader Kings 2 about 500 hours, Europa Universalis 4 with 400. Why am I just like listing them off? I can literally just show you. What am I doing here? So 640 hours RimWorld, for about 500 here, Europa Universalis, Mountain Blade Warband, Stardew Valley, of course, Factorio, Solaris, Hearts of Iron 4, and Civ, and then you get like a couple of others, and there you go. Yeah, that's sort of that. But when it comes to the best games, I don't know. Unable to answer. I'm gonna be real. I'm like literally unable to answer you on that. I got nothing. Pasta and ice cream are kind of similar because they are fast carbs. That's like the worst kind of similar, man. That's like the worst kind of similar. Have you ever played Hollow Knight? I have not, actually. Something I still have to do. But man, this like my Steam library consists of a mere 802 games. I am never going to be able to play all of those. Damn. That's a real shame, man. Storyline is crazy. Yeah. You could learn any coding language right now. Which would it be? Depends on what I want to do. It actually does depend on what I want to do. If I want to get a job, Java is probably going to be a good choice. C++ if you have the stomach for it, but I don't know. Opinion on gun and vehicle mods. I personally think it's weird that tech mods are a dime a dozen, but there's like one car mod with all the high tie to go with all the high tie. Yeah, I mean, I think it's because it sort of it points to a different thing, right? Like a vehicle and like tech mods. Tech mods are usually for like intricate designs, similar to something like Factorio, where a car mod I think definitely does point to a different kind of audience, right? It points at something different. Morrowind. Morrowind was a pretty good game. I agree. Do you consider mini-maps and waypoints as cheesing the game? Well, let me just tell you that. I'm currently playing a little bit of All the Mods 10, and not only do I have a lot of waypoints, I also teleport all over the place. One of the things, and this is, I've said this before, and I will say it again. I just cannot understand, especially in single-player games, how people are like, your fun is wrong. Brother in Christ, okay? Why the fuck does my fun concern you in any way, shape, or form, especially if it's in a single-player game? Multiplayer game, we don't even need to talk about it. Cheating is scum of the earth. Yes. Yes. On a single-player game, whether or not I teleport like back from mining up to my house because I don't want to go the 5 minutes that way, because I'm like, you know what, I don't like it. Like I don't want to waste that time. Okay, when I want to play, I want to have fun. There you go. Because some people just want to enforce their opinions. I think the reason why that happens is because sometimes people are what is it called? It's also a fallacy. It's not sunken cost fallacy, but something similar. Sunken cost fallacy, but similar. Let's see if I can actually find that. That would be really funny. Loss aversion commitment bias. The bias it involves a desire to be consistent with past commitments and actions. So it's something like that, where let's say when you buy a game. Yes, I had this. So when you play a game. And this, I never understood this. Okay, hear me out. Oh my god, I literally don't understand this. When people try to bring down a game, okay, and they say, "Hey, this game has fallen off because less people are playing it." Okay, I understand if to begin with it never had a lot of players, but if it started with 2 million players and it goes down to 20,000, it still had 2 million players at one time. That's a successful game. Why do I care how many people play a game that I like? It makes zero sense to me. Oh, this game has fallen off. Brother in Christ. Especially if it's a single player game. It doesn't matter how many people play it. What? Bro, people attach their self-worth to shit that is so unbelievably ridiculous that I just can't even imagine. I literally cannot imagine. Holy moly, man. Like, some people are crazy because they're like, oh, I have to get more views, I have to get more likes. That's at least something tangible. How many people, like people saying Palworld fell off? That's what I'm saying. What? Can you even play this in multiplayer? And even if you can play it in multiplayer, it's like co-op, right? It's not even like a consistent world. What? It's like, wow. Right. But I would say WoW is different because that's a MMORPG, right? That is designed to be a game played with many other people. That's where I at least understand saying, oh, it's fallen off, right? It's like, oh, because in MMO, there's sort of a yes, it lives, and MMOs live and die by the player count. I absolutely agree with this, and that's fair. But any sort of single player game or co-op game, if I'm the only person playing it in the world, I don't give two shits, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. I literally don't understand why people actually care that much. It's a human trait we're looking for here. No, I agree. I think so too. I think it has nothing to do with the game necessarily. It has to do with the fact that, you know, you don't want your own perception, or one's own perception can be clouded by how many people like is there. I don't know. The IntelliJ website is safe. Yes, if it's the one that I've linked down below, it should be safe. It would be crazy if it wasn't. I don't know. So it's like if we look at this, it's like some people don't understand that you can play a game, have fun, and then move to another game. Yes. 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 But like this is it, right? Like, this is exactly the thing that I said. Going from 2 million to 20,000.
Or doom.
Nutric TV, thank you for the follow on Twitch as well. Going from 2 million to 20,000. So, brother in Christ, this shit has sold 20 million copies. Hello? What is the price? Price history 21. Let's call it $16 to sort of even it out. 21 million copies times $16 is 336 million. 30% cut by Steam. Let's say we were wrong with our estimate. Cut off another 15%. That's 200 million in revenue. I take off taxes, pretty sure. Let's say 19%. That's the same in Germany, just for the sake of argument. Bam, you get 160 million. Brother in Christ, like I don't know what to tell you. Okay, like what? Okay, and now? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. It's just weird. It's just weird to me that people care so much about like what happens there. Only Steam, so imagine their revenue. Yeah, that's true. What game was those stats for? That was for Palworld. And what we were saying is just, you know, that I don't understand why people care so much how many people play a game when it's like a single player game. Like I said, if it's a multiplayer game, an online game, things like that, absolutely, I fully understand why you would want more people to play, right? I mean, if it takes 10 minutes to get into a COD lobby, obviously you want more people playing, but yeah, people just want drama. Honestly, genuinely, I think that this is something too where, you know, when people have no other problems in their life, they just create them on their own. And they just have to create their own problems. There's just no other way to do it, man. Actually crazy, bro. Have you ever thought the netherite monstrosity? I have not yet. It's crazy. Interesting. Steam drops cut to 25% if the game made 20. Oh, does it really drop to 25? Interesting. And I didn't even know that. But also, a game making more than 50 mil is that's a rare one, man. I've said an argument that proves that we should be able to sell mods. Well, I mean, it's fine that if you say an argument, but you would have to basically be going to court. If you buy a mod and you were aware of everything it adds, it should not be illegal. Well, the reason why it is illegal is the creator makes it for Minecraft, but the creator writes code themselves. Yes, but the code itself would not work without Minecraft, so I'm pretty sure that it's not good. Are you waiting for GTA 6 and also being able to mod that? I don't know if I'm going to mod GTA 6. Also, how the frick are we going to able to mod it if it's not coming out for PC for another freaking 1.5 years after it comes out? So we have to wait until the 26th of May, and then I have to wait another freaking year or and a half to just before it gets out on PC. Because Rockstar is just stupid. What are they doing? Why? Yeah, it's like 2028 or some shit. Blech. Oh, that would be so annoying, man. I don't know. Will you mod Hytale? As soon as it comes out, I will be 100% doing modding videos on Hytale. Yes, 100%. That's going to happen. If ever. Good point, but yes. Then have to wait until it goes on sale for another year. To be honest, probably true, actually. Because, I mean, probably. The only reason why I would pick up GTA 6 on release, with a console, by the way, because I don't have a console that could play it, is if I wanted to stream it, and that would make some sort of sense. But I don't know yet. It's one of those things where I'm unsure. Are you making any mods lately? I've worked a little bit on resource slimes back in the, like, a couple of weeks ago, but nothing too crazy. Right now, it's just finishing the tutorials, finishing the courses, and then removing myself a little bit from modding for a while, and then I can finally come back to 1.21.6 or 1.22, depending on what the next version is. Yeah. Give 4 extra RAM to whatever you're doing. Genuinely, just download some more RAM, man. That's the best thing. Windows Defender is about 98% effective. It's pretty crazy how well this has shaped up, right? Like, Defender is gone to, like, pretty high end. Also, if you're ever really, like, unsure about something, you can always go to Virus Total. Highly recommended to do that. So you can always go to virustotal.com and just upload the file, and then just see whether or not that's there's something there. If you're like ever really unsure, I always do that for some stuff where I'm a little bit unsure, just in case, man. Do you remember your first game? Pretty sure that's going to be Zelda: A Link to the Past from the SNES. Yo!
Welcome to the King's Court.
Nurchik TV, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Thank you. Yeah. Windows Defender on Windows 11 is pretty great. Yeah, McAfee is blocking IntelliJ download then. It still doesn't make any sense to me that the download just doesn't work, man. River Raid on Atari. Feels old, man. Damn. Do viruses inside of zip files only work when they are unzipped? Usually that should be the case, yes. But not only when they're unzipped so okay. I'm a novice in this, okay? I'm not an expert in cybersecurity and stuff. But in theory, when there is a virus in a zip file, it should be fine. Even if you extract it, it should be fine unless you open it after extraction immediately. Because most viruses are exe files, so executable files. But yeah. There could be also a zip virus. It's called a zip bomb, although I don't even know if this works anymore in modern versions. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, might have just followed you here on Twitch, but I've watched you for years on YouTube. Really appreciate your content. Nice seeing you live. Awesome, man. Thank you so much, man. When's next tutorial? Tomorrow. Update NeoForge 1.21.1 to 1.21.3. I hope you save yourself a nice hour, because it's exactly an hour long. So, you know, where can I find the whole changes between versions? I will send this to you. Also, funny that you just mentioned that, because I literally just said that. That's going to come out tomorrow. Bruh. People recommend 7-zip. Then WinRAR. This is for Miguel. Here you go. This is NeoForge News 1.21.2. The same thing works for 0.3 because they're basically the same version. 0.3 was just a hotfix of one particular thing. You can scroll all the way down, and at the bottom there is an extensive list of all of the changes as well. Highly recommended to check that out if you want to know those changes. Yes. Thank you. Absolutely. Fabric tutorials won't receive updates. Of course they will. The Fabric tutorials are also going to receive updates for 1.21.1 to 1.21.3, and then from 1.21.3 to 1.21.4, and then from 1.21.4 to 1.21.5. And then the 1.21 tutorials are going to be more or less done, unless the next version is 1.21.6, and then we're going to have another complete tutorial series on that, or a complete, I don't know, but like we're gonna have a new tutorial series on that, most likely. I think so, because at that point then it becomes so obnoxious, because we don't know when 122 comes out. Yeah. Mystic Coco, hello. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's sort of one of those things, man. Okay, we can get rid of this one. We don't need it anymore. Die. Yeah, mental. We can like, you know, let's turn down the funny trolling a little bit, and then we're gonna be okay. I mean, you are called mental, but you know what I mean. I was having trouble trying to make a forge mode for 1.21.5 until I asked you, and you said it's almost impossible right now. Well, the issue is that I have I tried to update to 1.21.4, but there's no documentation on how the new data gen works. And the only thing I found is on the Discord server, look at vanilla, and I'm like, that's not really helpful. And like, listen, I understand. I can go into the Discord server and ask. But the point is not to ask for updates for every update. That can't be the way the update cycle works. Because you've seen how many different changes there are in each version. Have you heard of the fish doorbell camera? I only know the camera that is called Ring. At the point 122 is going to be low-key end update. I mean, would that not be nice? Oh, it would be nice. But I don't know if it's going to be, man. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know. It may be, but maybe not. And almost each change breaking. Yep, exactly. What's the difference between 1.21 and 1.21.1 and 1.21.2? Funny that you ask this. The questions at the end, the changes are mostly the fact that you now have to call the setID method on both block behavior properties as well as on the item settings. The fact that you have to do this is ridiculous, it is stupid, and I don't like it. Luckily, NeoForge offers you a helper method that makes this much easier, and Fabric does not, but it's easy to like work around this. And if you want to see all of the different changes, we can go to the primer, and I can just let this run in the background right here. How fast do we want to have this? I think this is fast enough, right? Yeah. So when it comes to the changes in 1.21.1 to 1.21.2, as you can clearly see, as the changes continue to evolve and, well, enumerate, we can see that this is an implementation that is, of course, very important so that not only we are sustainable towards the future, because obviously we want to look towards the future, but we can also look towards the past in order to know what mistakes we have made and rectify those in the present, right? And this is the sustainability that we have committed to, because if we don't commit to the sustainability, then we simply are unable to be prepared for the future. And that is why here at Mojang, we are using changes in order to help you make a better product. Minecraft just has to be good, right? It is the most bought game of all time. Therefore, we are committed to have Minecraft be developed for another 100 years. And thus these changes will pave a way to make Minecraft great again. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk, and we're almost done scrolling. We're just going to have to let it go for just a little bit longer, and there we go. Those are all the changes from 1.21.1 to 1.21.2. Yeah. Yeah, no. Make Minecraft great again. Listen, that was pretty good, right? Like that's pretty nice. Just clip that and make it your update video. True, actually true, man. Damn Unk. Damn you, Rayman. You know what I see, Kaupenjoe? I see them developing to have mods to be actively support multiple mods in packages, not from shifting to pack design. To be fair, I think Mojang is kind of intentionally making stuff harder for modders, considering they're completely broken Timber. Maybe. Maybe. Listen, they're making it harder because they want the Java marketplace to come in, okay? Anyway, it's enough fear-mongering of the Java marketplace, okay? I've said this before, and I will say it again. I'm telling you, it's gonna come at some point. I have an idea for a mod. Let's go. That's good. Randomly. I mean, only if you're on naughty websites, then that can happen. That can happen. It is possible. Make Kaupenjoe wealthy and make me broke. I don't even... Okay. I mean... I don't know why. Are you going to mod something today? No! I'm going to... kick your behind, okay? I'm going to say goodbye to now because, number one, I have not eaten anything today. I have to eat something, and I still have to do some work. So we just did a little bit of yapping today, okay? And of course, wait a second. Hello? 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 I also had a quiz done by ChatGPT, and I answered it fully correctly. 10 out of 10 master modder over here. Said by ChatGPT. I am ChatGPT approved as a modder, and those questions were actually pretty... They were actually, like... pretty crazy, okay? They were not easy. Like, some of them were a little bit, you know, hard. But there you go. That's my yapping over here. That was Modding Monday, okay? Next time, I don't know when I will be online. No, I know. Most likely next week, Monday, honestly. I might do a stream in between here and there on Twitch, but I don't know yet. I have so many things to do. I have so many things on my calendar. I don't even know what is up, what is down, what is left, what is right. Regardless of that, hope you found this interesting. Let me see if there's any wisdom I can impart on you. Yes, I can. There is always going to be issues in your life, okay? Issues, meaning problems, meaning things that you have to do. You have to go to the grocery store. You have to buy food. You have to make the food. You have to eat the food. That's a problem that's going to happen to you every single day. Maybe you have to go to work. Maybe you have to go to school. It can be any sort of problem. Problems are always going to be a part of life. And the point is not to solve each problem. It is, of course, as well. But the meta point is to learn how to solve problems more effectively so that you are then able to encounter any problem that may come towards you, and you're going to be confident in being able to solve that problem. That is the meta problem of life, and that's what you should do. So do that, be good, be great, keep modding, and of course, stay awesome. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me over here for the Modding Monday, and hope to see you again next time. So,